What is up? Okay, so I know it's been a while since we've had the live stream lounge. Um, I've been busy. There's been a lot going on. It's all been great, wonderful things. Um, but I've been busy. And so when there's time to live stream and I've got a guest, and I've had time during the week to put together a fun slideshow to kind of have a lot to show you guys and make it entertaining. I love doing it. I love hanging out with you guys live like this on Sunday nights. It's so cool. But man, I've been enjoying every minute of it, but I've been burning the candle at both ends. A lot is going on. We're going to talk about some of that fun stuff tonight. But first, a little bit of Costco love. I've already put in ice and a little bit of honey. I find that instead of sugar, if you just throw a little bit of honey in your drink, does the same. And I guess what, it's natural, maybe? It's healthier, maybe? I don't know if that's true, but that's what I tell myself. And after some Kofe, let's throw in a little bit, I might be polishing this off. This is Ryan's Irish cream, and this stuff is, it's less fattening. It's a little bit thinner. It tastes just as good, but it's almost like it's a little bit watered down maybe, but it's less calories, and I'm trying to do less calories. I need a little bit more though, so I'm gonna grab, I've got another one ready to go right here. Honestly, it's so funny on the live stream. It probably seems like, oh my gosh, I drink a lot and do this all the time. I really don't, and the live stream is just my opportunity to hang out with you guys and make myself a drink both at the end of the week. I kind of consider Sundays both the end of the week, where you kind of reflect on everything that you've done, and it's also the beginning of the week, looking ahead to what is going on from there. And then, man, this is like all the stuff I'm going to be putting together tonight. For those of you that are hanging out with me, I'm going to go to my tried and true salted caramel here. This stuff is the magic ingredient. I do like it really sweet. And then I've got my little stir over here. Mix it up. How have you guys been? I'll be getting to some comments real soon. Hang out with you guys on this Sunday night. If you want to see what I'm putting together, I will show you. And we'll get the party started real soon here. All right, cheers. Oh, that's good. That is really good. And I think it means it is time to get the party started. All right, so first up, Faraza says, congratulations, Matt. Thank you so much. I assume that's in reference to me being engaged, and I'm engaged to Casey now. We've been together for 4 years exactly, and I would have and should have done it long ago, but we kind of had a pandemic, and man, there's just been so much going on, and it got to a point where it was just kind of silly. It was like it was time, and I've been trying to balance all things that are important to me, and that is definitely the most important thing to me. And so it's time. I know there's a lot of other stuff going on right now, but this just adds to the excitement of everything. I'm just so grateful. I feel like I'm so blessed. I'm so lucky, and I'm living my best life. Thank you so much. Ted, Teddy D says, "Getting crunk, don't you know it?" I mean, not really. The Ryan's Irish Cream is pretty light stuff, and then I just put a little bit of the salted caramel flavoring in coffee. I don't think I've ever been drunk at all off of these fun coffee drinks that I make. It's just a little zip in there. Madeline says it's nice to have a live chat meeting with you, Matt. Thank you. It's good to be back. I miss these, and I would do them more often. Part of what makes them, it's not difficult. It's always fun, but during the week I have to assemble. I have the images and sometimes the video that I show you guys of everything that's going on, so I have to kind of assemble that in a folder during the week, and I have to organize it. I have to put it in order, the order that I want to share it with you guys. And it's this kind of daunting process. And then I have to make a PDF, but I have to make sure everything is turned just right. Then I have to make sure the file isn't too big. And I have to email it to myself to get to this laptop right here. It's this whole to do. Then I have to upload it to StreamYard. And it takes hours, literally. It's an hour or two during the week, and then it's another hour or two usually on late Saturday nights or Sunday mornings. It's so much to get. I have so much fun doing it, and then it makes the show go really smooth, but it's just a lot of work. And so lately, I have needed every minute that I can with all of the fun stuff that's going on, and I'll be sharing some of that tonight. But that's why I haven't had them lately. And then there won't be a slideshow tonight of any kind. Instead, we're just going to be hanging out, and I'll show you guys a little bit of what I am doing. Woohoo! Congrats! Thank you, Ted. Yes, it is. Oh, it's Aaron Farr, by the way. Awesome, all the way from down under. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Hope you're doing well, Aaron. Awesome. Josh says 4 years has flown by. It really has. Oh my gosh. Um, it's just crazy what we've all been through in the last 4 years, with the world turning upside down and then back right side up again. It's been an adjustment for everyone. It's been crazy, but hopefully all good things now. Thank you so much, Josh. I appreciate it. Very exciting. And man, now would be a good time to plug Horror Film Roulette. I don't have a slideshow today, but let me just chat really quick. I think I saw earlier today they have 2 screenings on October 22nd. You'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but it's October 22nd. There are still tickets you can get on horrorfilmroulette.com. The 7 p.m. show is sold out, but there is a matinee show that you can go to at 3 in the afternoon. I love this because, during Halloween, we all have plans. We all have stuff going on, especially on weekends. So on this day, it is a Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. The evening show is sold out anyway, but if you have plans at night and you're thinking, oh, I won't be able to go this year, they have a matinee show of all the films that they'll be screening at 3 p.m. Gosh, it might even be cheaper, the matinee show. Don't quote me on that. I want to say that I saw that the matinee was actually cheaper, like a real matinee would be, which is awesome. So definitely check that out at horrorfilmroulette.com, because I'm sure those tickets are going to go super fast as well. Josh says you're correct. The matinee is only showing available now at 3 p.m. And is it actually cheaper than the evening show, or am I making that up? I'm so sorry if I'm making that up, but I thought I saw that it was actually cheaper, like a real matinee, which would be really cool. Anthony Flanda says, "Dang, I was going to message you earlier to see if you needed me. No, you know what? Tonight's just real low key, so it's just me hanging out, putting swag boxes together. Um, Easy peasy, mac and cheesy. Speaking of turn, what are we getting turned up tonight? Oh yeah. Let's see, pricing. Oh, is currently the same for both. Awesome and totally worth it for sure. Everyone gets a free poster. That is awesome. By the way, a poster illustrated by the great Jim Toe of Marvel Comics. He had a free poster last year. So I have that, and I can't wait to collect the next one. I've seen it, and it looks awesome. I think it's online, and you can check it out. But definitely check out the matinee screening. That is going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait to see the films that you guys have put together. So exciting. Okay, so what has been going on? I'm trying to remember the last time. I think the last time I had a live stream probably was live from the Horror Film Roulette kickoff, and I was hanging out with my buddy Tracy Surgener. So that was a while ago. That was 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So it's been a while. I have been super busy. First of all, I've been planning my engagement to Casey. That hasn't taken a whole lot of time. That's just been real fun, kind of in my spare time. There's a lot that's been going on with school. So the program that I teach in, we just moved into essentially a new building. It's really the same place we were before, but the entire building has been gutted and renovated. All the classrooms are in different places, and we've been having a lot of technical difficulties. The students have been so patient. It's been great, and everything has been running really good. And I feel like the quality of what students are getting, what they've been getting in the classroom, is still great, but we've had to put a couple Band-Aids on things just to get them up and running. And there's still some things that we're waiting for, a couple hiccups that we have going on, but we're pressing forward. And it's been taking a little bit of extra time getting all of that running smoothly. But I've definitely been enjoying being back in the classroom. And most of my classes are hybrid, which means they're half on ground. So I'm finally back on ground after 3.5 years. And then half of my classes, or half the time, most of my classes are remote. We're still working where students can work from the comfort of their own home. And it's really cool because I get to choose which days are important to come in and which days are better to stay home. And some teachers that teach hybrid, they'll do a real easy thing, like Mondays you come in, Wednesdays you stay home. I try to make it a little more customized because sometimes there are a couple classes in a row that you really need to come in and kind of figure out how this works with me in person. And then sometimes there's a couple days where it's a longer project and you guys can work at home. And I'm available to help you guys out remotely online, but it's been working really great. It's been more work on my end than I predicted, but it's all been a lot of fun. So here is the big thing that I have been working on for, since the beginning of September. It is time to try and sell Aladdin 3477, in particular, the first movie, The Djinn of Wisdom. And this is kind of a daunting process because there are so many potential routes you can go to do this. And even then, with any of these particular avenues that you might have available to you, there's still choices in different ways that you can kind of do things. And this is a giant question mark. And I'm sure every filmmaker probably feels this way with a movie that they have made, where this is their baby and they want it to be taken care of, and they want to find really good distribution and someone who's going to market it well, someone who's going to advertise it well, perhaps a way that you can make a lot of money. I feel like Aladdin 3477 is in a slightly different ballpark because there are 3 movies that I have put together over the last 13 years and counting. And I feel like there's a lot more potential here for uh, possibly video games. Already, I have toys and trading cards and books and all of these fun things. So this isn't, and not, I don't mean to say this isn't just another independent film, but this is something even larger than that, inspired by things like Star Wars when I grew up. Star Wars, of course, is centered around the movies, but my childhood, I remember a lot of my favorite moments with Star Wars was trading the trading cards with my friends or playing with the action figures or reading the comic books. Um, all of the things, the movies weren't as available. We didn't have on demand where you can just watch a movie over and over, or when the trailer comes out, you can just watch it on YouTube again and again. There was only one way that you could see movie trailers, and that was at the movies, and there was never a guarantee when you would see it. And then when you saw it, that was it, unless you went to the movies again and they showed it again. So things are a little bit different now, but I just feel like this is a little bit different, and I hope that this lands in a studio's lap where they agree this could be something bigger. And you know what? Um, we'll see what happens. I have no delusions of this being this like huge next big thing, but it's something I'm obviously really proud of, and I definitely want to do my all to leave no stone unturned. And I'm doing all of my research and due diligence to get it out there, to see what all of my opportunities, what all of the options actually are, to make a really good informed decision on how Aladdin 3477 is going to get to you, to your eyeballs, whether that's in a theater, whether that's streaming, whether it's TVOD, AVOD, SVOD, or whether Blu-ray. Those of you, obviously, in the Kickstarter, that you're getting the Blu-ray as part of your package. What's going to come first? How are you guys going to be able to see it? These are all the things that I'm investigating, and will hopefully have some answers very soon. So, what have I been doing? I have been putting together, since the beginning of September, right after I sent out all of Swagbox 2, I have shifted gears into putting promo packages together that I have been sending to Hollywood. And I am going to show you tonight exactly what those are and how I've been I have a bunch I have to put together. So I was thinking about it this morning, like, man, I've got to put all of these promo packages together. I wonder if anyone would want to see that. I could probably just throw together a last minute Livestream Lounge, and that's what I'm going to do. I think we have some comments though. So let's go to those real quick and say hello. Hello, Thea. How are you? Can we sign up for a single class, or do we need to be enrolled in a program or degree? If you mean a single class, like one day, that is not available through where I teach it. But if you mean a class like a course, yes, you absolutely can sign up for a course. Some of the courses have prerequisites, but if it's a course, like if you wanted to, for example, take my painted illustration class, there is a prerequisite. But if you just want to take that class and you don't want to take the prerequisite, which is illustration fundamentals, just let me know. I can waive the prereq for you, and then you can just sign up for the classes or the courses that you want. If that's what you mean, the answer is yes. But like a single day just to come in and like maybe sit in with my figure illustration class, you can't really do that for just a day for a single class, if that's what you mean. I'm on the right path. I hope I'm on the right path. In my day, we couldn't afford cameras, so we would just act out a scene and then describe it to people. Yeah. It's funny, when I was a kid, my parents had they had a video camera that was a VCR video camera, which was really, really nice. It was one of the things that we had. We didn't have a lot, but we had this awesome camera. What I didn't have was any way to edit the footage. So all I could do is hit the record button at the beginning of a shot and then hit it again to stop it. And then I would have to shoot my film in order, hitting, essentially the start button and the stop button. There was two problems. One, everything had to be in order, so I couldn't do any creative editing. I also couldn't do multiple takes. Whatever I recorded was what I got. And if there were any bloopers or blunders, or someone says the wrong thing, or someone drops what they were supposed to, and hilarity ensued, that was it. That was in the film, for better or worse. It drove me crazy when I was younger, but they were pretty funny to watch what ended up in the films. So yeah, once I think it was high school that I was introduced to actual edit machines where I could edit footage. And that was, oh my gosh, that was a huge game changer for me. One course, I should say. Awesome. Yes. The answer is yes. Awesome. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool to have you in class. You're so creative. The 4 classes that I teach, and there are videos you can find on my YouTube page. If you scroll down to the playlist that says Media and Communication Arts, MACA, at Macomb, there are 4 classes. You can see each video is literally like 59 seconds, like just under a minute long. And the 4 classes I teach are Figure 1, Figure 2, pre-visualization, and painted illustration. And you can check out those 1-minute videos, and they will tell you what each class is and what it's like. The only thing that's new and updated is in the videos, it sounds like they're all 100% remote. The pre-visualization course is still 100% remote, but the painted illustration and the 2 figure illustration classes are hybrid. So they're half on ground and half remote. If there's a situation where you can't come in, you can't actually be there all of the days, or maybe you just can't at that time, but you want to take the class remote, you can still sign up for it, and I can still work with you remotely. Now, some people might also be asking, well, wait a minute, Figure 1 and Figure 2, if I haven't taken either, I have to take Figure 1, right? Well, ideally, yes. Figure 1 starts more at the beginning. Figure 2 is a little bit more advanced. But you should know that Figure 1, when on ground, normally, not every day, but normally we're dealing with nude models to study anatomy. And then in Figure 2, we're getting a little bit more advanced, and we're working with clothed models to learn textures and fabric and to produce more finished illustrations. And some people aren't comfortable with drawing nude models. There's nothing, trust me, there's nothing weird or sexy or strange about it. For less than a second, you might be like, oh my gosh, there's a nude person in the room right now. And then it's absolutely 100% scientific. There's nothing strange about it. At the moment, we actually just got blinds on the windows going into the hallways, but I don't know if we have blinds going outside yet. So we haven't even had nude models yet during the semester, but hopefully we'll be able to get all of that resolved soon. Robin says, hoping to see ALADDIN 3477 on the big screen where it deserves to be seen. Hope it's going amazing. Thank you so much, Robin. I would have to say they're definitely here in Detroit and possibly the Los Angeles area, if not more. Definitely there will be opportunities to see it on a big screen for sure. In fact, a few months ago, Paul Glantz, who is the CEO of Imagine Theaters, actually reached out to me, and he said anything he can do to help get it on the big screens there. He would love to help out with that, which is awesome. But I don't know if that's exactly the route we're going to be taking. It all depends on a distributor. They may have their own plans for how people are going to see it and when they can see it. They may already have secret handshakes with theater chains or something like that. So it's too early to say exactly what's going to happen, how it's going to happen. But I would say pretty sure that there will be ways to see it on a screen here in the Detroit area and probably in the Los Angeles area as well. Sandra, hello, all the way from California. Hi, I'm excited to see what you have put together in your promo box. Absolutely. You guys, it's actually going to be familiar stuff to what you've seen before, but how I'm putting it together for peeps in Hollywood, you may find interest in. Aladdin on the big screen is my wish. I see what you did there, Ted. Awesome. Making a wish with the gin of wisdom. Okay. So here is what's up. In a few weeks, I'm actually going to Los Angeles with my assistant, James Polony, and I am going to what's called the American Film Market. And this is this really cool, ginormous trade show. I'll probably talk about this a little bit more as we get closer to it. It's actually the very tail end of October / the first week-ish of November. And I'm going to be there for a week with James. And this trade show is really cool. It's not a convention like a comic book convention where fans go or anything like that. It's all Hollywood wheelers and dealers and buyers and sellers and agents and producers. There's no celebrities there. There's no actors or anything like that. It's all people behind the scenes in Hollywood that are from all different avenues, that are distributors, people at different studios, at different, what do you call them? Streaming services, I guess, cable channels, all of the above. They're all there and everyone sets up meetings. Also, independent filmmakers are there. Sometimes they're there pitching a film to get funds to get their movie in production. And sometimes they're there with a finished product, like I have, trying to sell it to a distributor, a studio, sales agent, or producer rep, and to make things happen. So that is obviously the reason I'm going to be there. Now, the way that it works is there is this huge, ginormous list of all of the companies that are going to be there. And you try to set up meetings with these peeps. So the thing is that occurred to me very early on when this was on my radar and trying to figure out how I was going to navigate all of this. The thing that you're supposed to do is email these companies and email the powers that be. And essentially, I would just say in the email, "Hi, my name's Matt Bush. I made this movie, Aladdin 3477. I'd like to talk more about it. Can we please set up a meeting? And what are my chances of getting meetings saying that?" Now, I would make it a little bit more fluff, and I would say, hey, most people know me from doing illustrations for Lucasfilm and Disney for Star Wars. I've also done illustrations for the Stranger Things property and Indiana Jones, Lord of the Rings. I would dial it up, obviously, to hopefully they would see some of these names when scanning the email. They've got their finger right next to the delete button, just waiting. Can I delete this? Can I delete this? And dial up the email in a way that hopefully they don't delete it. But still, when you send an email, you're competing with thousands of other people in studios and professionals that are also sending emails, and it's just words, right? And now you can send images, but a lot of times people, especially in Hollywood, producers, they actually have their email set up so that you cannot send them images. Like literally, they will not get your email. They have, I forget what it's called, not a firewall, but it's something like that. If you have more than a certain number of kilobytes, they won't get your email. Part of that is because they don't want to deal with your shenanigans. They also don't want to deal with your malware, but also they don't want to get unsolicited images or ideas. And then if they have a similar product that's already in the works, they don't want to be sued. Hey, I sent them an email and I sent them this image, and then they had this movie come out a year later that kind of looks like the image I sent them, right? So a lot of times you can't even do that. So it's been on my mind for a long, long time when the time would be to reach out and to try to set up these meetings. Is there anything I can do to maybe get a head start and maybe get a little bit of attention? So it's always been on my mind when creating some of the things for you guys, for the Kickstarter, things like this, for example, the official collector's edition book. Wouldn't it be great if I could send this for people to see? And this would be just a really great way to wow people right up front, where when you get a book like this is not something like a postcard. You know, a lot of times if you send someone a cool promo postcard like this, doesn't matter how cool it is, this is really easy for people to take it. It's disposable material. It's really easy to just toss it like that right in the garbage. When you get a really nice book like this is a little bit harder to throw away. So it's always been kind of my my mantra that when it comes to selling Aladdin, better than any email, better than any cover letter, if I can just have people see this and flip through, I feel like the rest is not cakewalk or cakework, whatever the term is, but I feel like I already have their attention, and from there, it's everything else. But otherwise, if it's just a blind email and words, man, that is an uphill battle trying to stand out in a crowd. So what I have been doing, I have been sending out about 15 packages every other day. I have done so much research on studios, large and small, distributors, large and small, sales reps, large and small, and sales agents, large and small, producer reps, large and small. And I have just been sending stuff out like mad. It's been cool because sometimes there'll be a company where I'll find 6 names that seem like they would all be good people to send to. So rather than sending them all on the same day, in case I get C-blocked by someone that kind of sees what this is and maybe they feel like it's unsolicited or anything like that, and then they throw all 6 away, I feel like if I send 6 different packages on 6 different days, there's a chance more than one of them might fall through the cracks. Who knows? It's already been a success because I've already heard back from some of these people, some of these places. I've already had meetings on the phone. I've already had Zoom meetings, and I have more scheduled this week. The AFM, the American Film Market, isn't for another 3.5 weeks, and already I'm meeting and talking with people. It's been phenomenal, and it's because everyone is really wowed by this book. This is what's getting their attention, which is great, plus all the other swag that I'm giving them. So I'll show you guys how I'm putting these boxes together in a moment. And then I'm going to start. This is what I need to do tonight. So then I'll just be hanging out with you guys putting these together. But let me check some comments and see what's going on. Let's see. Like an industry trade show. That's exactly what the American Film Market is. Absolutely. Well, Matt, you and your assistant are going to have a lot of fun and a lot of work too. It is going to be exactly that. We are going to have a blast, but it is going to be a work week for sure. Brittany, hello, says, although there will be no celebrities, meeting agents and people that work behind the scenes sounds exciting. It is exciting. It's interesting, though, because it's a trade show. It's not one that's very glitzy and exciting and like when you go to like a comic book convention or a licensing convention and there's like furry characters walking around and stuff. It's nothing like that. There's no celebrities there signing autographs. It's nothing like that. It's people in business suits, and it's very businessy, almost. I don't know if I should say to a fault, but it's going to be very interesting. This has always been on my radar. I've always wanted to go. I've always heard great things about it, but this is my first year going, and I'm going to document it and share a lot of the process with you guys there. Filming videos. We'll be doing some live videos, and then some I'll just be releasing on YouTube. So I'll have lots to share with you guys after. DTE, what's up, dude? What's happening? Hopefully efforts will go noticed. Absolutely. It's going to be an interesting week. Do I think I'm going to come back from the week and be like, guess what? It's sold. I don't think so. I think I've probably sent out about 75 of these boxes so far. And I have, honestly, no joke, I have about another 125 to send out. I'm getting them out as quick as I can, usually about 15 every other day. But I want to leave no stone unturned. I'm there to meet with people, and I'm there to observe. And once everything's out and I know what my options are, I also have a chart for every promo box that I send out. I have follow-up emails a week later. And there are some people that didn't respond at first, but then when I sent them the follow-up email, hey, did you get the package I sent you? And then it's a little bit easier for them because they don't have to type in my email. It just goes right to their account. And that has worked out really great. Actually, that's been some of the best responses where they say, yeah, actually, I've been meaning to email you. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I want to chat on the phone. Let's set up a Zoom meeting, or American Film Market. That's really cool. So it's all been very exciting, very cool. But I think I need some time to weigh my options, because I think the options are going to be so vast. And there's certain places that maybe offer this thing that's really cool, but then there's this that and then there's this company where the thing that's not as cool there is really cool, but then this other thing is so I really need to weigh what really is going to be the best for Aladdin 3477. Super smart, slick, professional, in their hands, very effective. That was always the plan. Thank you. That was one of the reasons why a lot of people think man, this book, a lot of people thought, have responded to it like fans, like this was a lot of work. Oh my gosh. You really put a lot of work into this. And that's because creating this had multiple benefits. And one is, getting the fans revved up, but also I knew this would be a great way to get the suits excited, whether it's something that I send them in the mail, or at AFM, I might be able to get some other meetings where they haven't seen this book yet. Having something like this that I can pass out, that they can have in hand, would be super cool. So thank you. I'm glad you guys seem to agree, and it seems to make sense, because this is not normally what people do, but I think that's one of the reasons why it's working so well, is people are not used to seeing something like this. And I think it's been, so far, it's been very effective. I forget when you'll start your trip. It's actually a little over 3 weeks from now. I will let students know. Classes are still going to run as is. That week is all remote, and I will have access to email. So classes will move just as they normally would. It's just that I'll be checking in with you guys from Los Angeles instead of my home here. Otherwise, everything will run as it's supposed to. 200 promo boxes is huge. Yeah, it's more than I really want to send out, but I'm the kind of OCD where if I don't check every single avenue, by the way, there are plenty. I'm not just sending it to every single place that I can find in Los Angeles. There are certain studios where they put out different material, or certain studios where I feel like the level of quality is maybe a little bit below what I would like to be associated with. Like, I don't think it would be a good fit. And then there's a lot of places that pretty sure they won't be interested. Maybe the kind of films that they put out are way more expensive with way more A-list actors, but you just never know. If there's a chance in this universe, if there's a plausible reason where it might, in a million, I don't even know what you would call it, multiverses, that it actually could happen, I have to do it. I have to try, because if I don't send it there, then it absolutely won't happen. So yeah, it's a lot. Shipping all of these costs money. All of the materials cost money. These boxes cost money. Actually, I actually just got a new fresh box of these from Amazon, my bubble wrap. Everything is, nothing's free in this world. It all costs money, but I feel like I've put so much blood, sweat, and tears into everything this far. I have to keep going. I have to do it. How many boxes am I sending out altogether? I don't have an official number. It keeps growing because I keep, sometimes I'll have a meeting and talk to someone. They'll mention another company, and like I'll secretly write down the name of the company and I research that. Oh my gosh. And then that leads me to another website, which mentions a couple more people. And maybe I already sent stuff to that company, but I didn't know they had another person working in acquisitions that I just found out. So now I've got another person at that company. The list just keeps growing. I think I'm at about 200 right now. I think. So it's a lot. I think you'll do well with all the strikes appearing to be coming to an end. Hollywood could use some fresh ideas right about now. I'm rooting for you. Fingers crossed. Thank you, Sandra. Yeah. I don't know how much that'll come into play or not, but that would be very, very lucky, very fortunate on my part if that actually had something to do with the opportunities that I'll have. The Angler File says, in 30 years, these promo packs will be the ultimate collectible. Yeah, I would like to think maybe they would. Yeah. But a lot of the material in here is actually stuff you guys have already in your swag boxes. Probably the only difference, there's a little bit, it's most of the stuff that was in your first swag box, plus some of the stuff that was in your second, and it has a cover letter. So that's probably the only difference. You'll see in a moment here when I start putting these together. But I have Keanu Reeves, absolutely, which is Eric Steele. He's definitely a Keanu lookalike. Christy, hello. Teddy D says it would be awesome if Keanu Reeves wore Eric's shirt. Oh my gosh. So that's been a really great, maybe some of you guys have seen some of the viral things going on with some celebrity actors that are wearing shirts of each other's faces. So I think the one I've been seeing the most is Macaulay Culkin wore a shirt, I believe, of Ryan Gosling's face. So Ryan Gosling wore a shirt of Macaulay Culkin wearing the shirt of his own face. So then Macaulay Culkin got a shirt made of Ryan Gosling wearing the shirt of Macaulay Culkin wearing the shirt of Ryan Gosling. And it just kept going and going and going. And they were seen out in public wearing these shirts. So funny. That would be great if Keanu and Eric had a shirt rivalry. That would be amazing. Okay. So I'm going to start putting these boxes together. This is how I've been doing it. So when I have a box, there's an order to how I put all of the materials inside the box. And part of it is how the materials fit best and will travel the best. Part of the order that I have in assembling all of these is what is the order they're going to see the materials? What is the experience going to be as they're pulling things out? I don't want to just throw stuff in there because there's an art form to it. So I really love the art of the experience. So whenever you're creating a book or an amusement park or a comic book or a film, you have to think about, what are people going to see first? What are they going to experience first? What happens next? Then it leads to this. What's the last whammy that they're going to get that is just another like, wow, this is so cool. It's amazing. I need to see more, right? So the biggest thing when I was putting these together, I knew I needed to have the Aladdin 3477 official collector's edition. I wanted this to be on top because I wanted it to be so that when you open the box, the first thing you see is this. Now, at first, that was kind of complicated because normally I put these on the bottom where they can lay flat, gravity holds it down, and I can kind of stack everything on top of the book. And that way, when people get the book, it's nice and pristine. Well, that's going to be a little bit difficult if I have a shirt and if I have some of the Lego minifigs and if I have an enamel pin and some of the bumpy, the fidgy magnet and everything. Like, how is this going to lay flat and stay flat on top of that? Well, here's the order in which I've been putting things together. So the first thing that I do is I take a sticker sheet, and this is the last thing that they'll see. These sticker sheets are really cool, but they're thinner. The stickers are actually the same thickness as a regular sticker, but the backing paper, I guess, on this was a little bit thinner than I was anticipating. So I already contacted the company and I was like, yo, dude, next time we do stickers, I want the thicker paper. They're like, oh, you wanted the thicker paper on the back? Yeah, we can do that. Like, why wouldn't you do that the first time? Obviously, it's saving money on their end printing these, but it's a little bit thin. So naturally, they don't sit as flat. Like, they kind of curl up a little bit on the corners. So I need to flatten them. So that goes in first, so everything will be on top of it. And by the time this reaches someone's hands, this sticker sheet will be a lot more flat, right? So that goes in first, meaning it's the last thing that they'll see. The second to last thing that they'll see, I wanted to have something that helps keep that flat. And I thought it would be a great idea to throw in a promo card. And this is from Star Wars Celebration Europe a few years back. And the cool thing about this, on the back, it looks like a Star Wars action figure. I forget what these are called. Not a J card. J cards were in cassettes, but it's just the backing card. But on the back, it's a lot of the different things I've done over the years, some of the highlights of my career illustrating for Star Wars. And the reason I'm putting this in here is because in the cover letter, it mentions some of my career, what I've done in the past. And rather than just saying what I do or what I've done over the years, this is just a quick way to kind of show people a little bit of what I've done. So this goes in next on top. So next up, this one is going to, I don't want to show you guys the address or the person just to respect their privacy, but this is going to WME. It's William Morris Endeavor. So William Morris Agency, they used to be called WMA for William Morris Agency. One of the biggest, if not the biggest, in Hollywood. And then Endeavor was also one of the top 5. A few years back, William Morris acquired Endeavor. So now instead of WMA, they're WME and they're William Morris Endeavor. So this is going to someone there. And I have the cover letter right here. It's already signed. And that goes in on top. Now, some of you might be saying, well, wait a minute. Why wouldn't you put the cover letter on top so they see that first? Isn't that the way it's supposed to be? Well, yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be, but that's exactly why I'm not doing it that way. Because a lot of times when this comes into assistants and people working behind the scenes, they're looking at all of the packages coming into their boss. And when things come in unsolicited, it's their job to throw them right in the garbage. So I'm purposely kind of burying this a little bit, but also, even if it didn't get C blocked, remember when I talked a little bit earlier about how an email is just words and like people are like, oh my God, can I just hit the delete button? I don't want the first or even the second or third thing for people to see is all of these words. I want it so that by the time they get to this letter, they absolutely are interested in what I have to say. What is this box of fun stuff? So that's why it goes in here. Plus, it's going to lay nice and flat on the bottom. Okay. Next up, I have some items that are going on top. One is a collection of ALADDIN 3477 trading cards. I believe there are 13 cards in here, all characters and situations from the first movie. So that goes in here. There is a promo card. This is kind of like a postcard, but it's a promo card. And on the back, it's got some images, talks a little bit about the film. Next up, most of you have this already, but this is a Fiji magnet that goes in right here. Next up is my business card, and this card is really fun. I've been making these for years. It looks just like, if I hold it right here, you can probably see it better. It looks like a credit card, right? And then when you look at it here, it looks just like a credit card, right? It's not. It's a business card, and that doesn't say MasterCard. It actually says, if you can read it here, Master Jedi. And on the back, it's my contact info, and it just looks like a credit card. It's just meant to be neato torpedo. And again, it's all about getting attention. And I feel like sometimes the only way to do it is to break the rules, do things a little bit different. I can't tell you over the years how many people their jaw is dropped just from my silly business card. And this always is a good conversation piece. Even if I don't have any artwork with me, even if I don't have anything on hand to show my work, if I've got my business card already, this is enough where people are interested in seeing what this is all about. Okay. Next up, a Fiji patch. So I want people to see that obviously a lot of the characters, especially Fiji, is very likable, but also licensable. And there's just a lot of opportunities here. So this is kind of all the stuff that goes in on the bottom. Oh, there is one more thing, which is the glow in the dark ALADDIN 3477 1-inch silicone band. Next up, I put in a t-shirt. Now, I don't just take this t-shirt's already folded. I don't just throw it in like this. I'm so OCD about what the experience is going to be going from item to item to item, right? So I actually, a lot of these shirts, I have to refold them so that the image on the shirt stands out really front and center on top. So I've got to refold this so it fits perfectly inside the box. Looks good. Okay. Let's give it a little more room here. That looks good. Okay. And I fold this to about here. And then I fold this, I think, to about here. Yeah, that fits pretty good. And then this is a pretty nice Fiji right here, right? You can probably see it better here. And I put that, this kind of holds all of these items down right here, nice and flat. So this is what it'll look like at that point. You can maybe see Fiji inside the box. Now there are more items, including, who is this going to? Let's see. This is kind of the fun thing. For each person, I've researched them and tried to get a feel for the kind of movies they put out, or what some of their favorite movies, are, or what. Sometimes I can just tell there's a vibe that the studio that they work for has, and there's certain things. Some studios might absolutely be into the robots, and then some studios might They might be a little bit more into the Hindu aspects and like the gin of wisdom, the worldly kind of qualities. And some are just straight up action. Like all of the movies they put out are like these really big action films, like Expendables 8 or something like that. Okay. Zach, for some reason, looks like he'd really be into robots. So I am going to throw in a Fiji enamel pin. Oh, I'm not supposed to tell you his name is Zach, but let's just forget that. Okay. Next up, I'm going to put in just 3 of the minifigs. So I've got an Aladdin right here. I've got a princess right here. And I've got, that's the princess. I've got a Hong Kong trooper right here. Now, there's only one more thing to put in this promo box, and that is the book. But with all this stuff, that's going to be a little bit, it might even scratch the back of the book, and it's just not as flat. So here is my workaround. Using this bubble wrap, if I have the bubbles down, what I can do is I can tuck in the bubble wrap on the sides. I put it flush with the back. Like so. And then I tuck in the front. And what that does, it just, with all of the bubbles, it just kind of evens everything out. So I don't know if you can see this here, but it just kind of, this area here is just a little bit more. The bubbles just kind of find a way to go into the areas that are a little bit lower and higher. It's not perfect, but it helps. Then from there, I'm able to take a brand new crisp and clean official collector's edition, and I'm able to lay it in like so. And oh, would you look at this? There it is, nice and flat. So when they open this, the first thing that they'll see is the official collector's edition. It closes like this, goes in like so. I already have put the address and the Fiji stamp on there, just like you guys have seen on your swag boxes. And then I take some tape, cut it, and the front flap gets taped like this. Tightly flip it over. Push it into the cardboard really good so it doesn't come off. And then it's very easy to open. Anyone would look at this and be like, there's a single piece of tape. So obviously you cut that and you can open the box. Very easy. And there you have it. This one is going to William Morris Endeavor and in Beverly Hills. And here is one package down. I've got a bunch more to go, a bunch more I'm going to be doing tonight. Hanging out with you guys for a little while. So if you have questions, let me know. Let's chat. What's going on? Let's see here. Ted says, it would be awesome if Keanu Reeves wore Eric's shirt. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Yeah, nice, hilarious. That would be something else. My gosh. I can't even imagine how amazing that would be. All right, sir, I have to head out. I gotta turn in my movie and go to bed. Awesome. I can't wait. I assume you're talking about horror film roulette, so I can't wait to see it, Ted. That is amazing. You put a lot of thought into these boxes. How could they not be impressed? Very nice. Thank you, Sandra. I'm sure some of you are watching going, oh my God, Matt Bush is so OCD. He is way overthinking all of this. I probably am, but I just need to know. I need to know, after all the work that I've done, I need to know that I haven't left any stone unturned. And listen, what Aladdin 3477 will be, it'll be. I have no delusions of it being more than what it is, and but I don't want it to be less than what it is either. And I need to know at the end of the day, I just need to know that I did my best, and whatever that is, however it comes out, awesome. I'm feeling really good about it. Yeah, but I have to do my best. I have to, right? All right. Let's see. Smooth composition. Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of fun. It took a little bit of playing around. Like, I kid you not, I had a couple different boxes with different orders of how things were going in before I decided on exactly this order, and this worked out great. Is that weird that I actually took the time to like have different boxes and like, well, this one, the order first, you're seeing this, but then it's a little funky over here, how this goes in here. But I had to do it. I had to know that I was making the perfect promo box. All right. Mama Rick says, super cool marketing tool. Awesome sauce. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun putting these together and already talking to people. I can't wait to tell you some of the stories. Now, not everyone that I've met with is super, super interested. Some are, and there's some of them, there's weirdness where they're interested, but they want something changed. And the thing that they want changed, you would not believe, like, really, that's what you want changed? Like, and most places don't want anything changed. They feel as a filmmaker, it's artistic, it's art. What you created is what you created. And usually they rarely ever step in. But one place that I chatted with had a big change that wouldn't be that difficult to do, but I think is just, I don't know that I agree with this change. And I'll share that with you. That'll be another live stream where we'll talk about some of this stuff. I think it would be a riot to chat about some of that. And I have more meetings to come, so I can't wait to start sharing with you guys what's been going on already. Prototyping is not weird. Thank you. You know, that's the word I should have used. I guess it is prototyping, and I guess it isn't weird. I don't blame you for being OCD about this. I would be too. First impressions are important. Absolutely. They absolutely are. And that's some of the things you guys should be thinking about, whether you are a musician, an artist, a comic book artist, a filmmaker, an animator, whatever it is. You definitely need to look at what you're creating and how are people perceiving it. Put yourself in your audience's shoes. Mama Rick says, OCD works in certain circumstances. I'm fine with my pilot and doctor being OCD, you know? A pilot. Gotcha. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you wouldn't want them not to be OCDC, either one of those. Well said. Hopefully mechanics too. Yeah, all of the above. I'll reschedule for classes online or on ground because of Los Angeles trip you discussed. Madeline, actually, no, I've known about this trip since before the semester began. So there were not any on-ground scheduled classes during that time. It actually worked out that way. I didn't even have to change anything. I kind of put together my preferred days of being on ground and my preferred days of being remote. And when I matched up that schedule to my calendar that had the American film market, it lined up perfectly because I was already remote those days. So nothing will change at all. Everything will go exactly the same. It just, if you're emailing me, I won't be answering from here in Macomb Township. I will be answering from Los Angeles. That's all that means. So nothing too crazy. All right. If you guys are still hanging out, let's put together another promo box. How are you guys, by the way? And what do you guys think of Ahsoka? And by the way, for those of you interested, this box here happens to be going to Miramax. This is one of, I think, 3 people. And I think I already sent the first 2 out to Miramax, but this is a 3rd person at Miramax. What do you guys think of Ahsoka now that it is over? I want to hear your thoughts. Oh, you want to know my thoughts? I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. There was a couple loose ends that I wish they had tied up a little bit more. It was neat. You know what I'm curious about? I'm curious now. See, I've seen all the Clone Wars, and I've seen Rebels, which I'm more of a Rebels person than I am Clone Wars. I know a lot of people are more Clone Wars than they were Rebels, but I'm curious for someone that's never seen. There was a lot that really, I feel like it really for you to really get the show and understand the characters. I feel like you really needed to watch other Star Wars shows and other animated shows like the Clone Wars and Rebels, because you really wouldn't know the backstory of these characters, which this story really relied upon. And they spelled everything out for you, but I don't think anyone who had never seen those shows would have the same emotional impact. And I like, some of you might be saying, well, what's wrong with that? Well, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just curious for anyone that has watched Ahsoka that has not watched the Clone Wars or Rebels. What did you think about? Like, did you enjoy it? Did you find it emotional? Are you all in, or was it just like, okay, yeah, I guess it's Star Wars. There was lightsabers. It was cool. What are your thoughts on that? I'm curious. Overall, though, I liked it. It was fun. One of the things, you know what? I forgot. Darn it. For WME, should I cut this open to put this in? I forgot to put in a Fiji vinyl UV waterproof sticker. Should I do it? You know what? Darn it. Me and my OCD. I'm going to do it. Yep. I'm going to do it. How did I forget that? All right, so I've got to do surgery very carefully. It's all good. I don't know why. Really? Is that going to be the turning point, the sticker? No, it's not. But I have it, and it's supposed to be in there. Knowing that the sticker wasn't in there and sending this out, I can't do it. Each package has to be the best that it can be. All right. And then, where is it? Oh, I have to pull the tape off the bottom. This will just take me a second to redo this box. All right, I've got to pull out all the stuffing. Oh my gosh. All this fun. It's kind of fun because this is what people would see as they're pulling out all of the fun items. And this looks pretty cool. All right, so all I have to do here, I just need to take one of these stickers and put it right under here, slide it under. It goes right there. I'll show you where it goes on the second box. All right, Fiji goes in there. Then we've got the shirt. Fiji pin, Aladdin, Kamala, Hong Kong Trooper. Oh, don't want tape stuck in this. I have to carefully put in the bubble wrap. All right. Then the book. It all goes in, all lays flat, sticker is inside. Close this up. And now tape again. Very nice. There we go. And now it's got the Fidgy sticker. All right. Next up, this one is going to Miramax. All right, so I've got the Fidgy sticker in there. Next goes the card. And look at this is how OCD I am. I don't know if you can see this, but I put the Fidgy sticker so that you can still see the name of the person and the company they work for on the cover letter. You see Fidgy here, and then this card purposely goes right here so that you can see it's not obscuring Fidgy, and also it's not obscuring the kanji on this corner of the sticker, because I think people will think the kanji is cool. I hope. Then I put in the trading cards and the magnet goes over here. Trading cards. Here is the business card. The Fidgy patch. Now, what I do for this, in this case, I have an Aladdin logo shirt. This is the old logo because I'm sold out of the new logos. So I work with what I have. So this I actually fold slightly different because I want the logo not to be sideways. I want the logo to be readable as is from the front. So this goes here like this, and then let's see, how did I think something like that. Boom. There it is. There's little bits of cardboard from these boxes getting assembled. There's just little bits of cardboard that kind of go everywhere. There it is, Aladdin 3477. So when they open the box and they take out the book and they take out the bubble wrap, they are going to see this right here. It's all about presentation. It's always about presentation. All right. So next up, drop this in like so. All right. So let's see. Where's this going? Miramax. Okay. So this, I think, what this person at Miramax is going to be, what they're going to fit for the enamel pins. I can kind of choose what enamel pin I think they'll like. I know you guys don't have these yet. The glow-in-the-dark Lochan Shyamals. I can't wait. These actually come in swag box number 4. This person, I think, would like one of these. And somebody would be like, dude, I want one. Well, just wait. They're coming soon. I think this would be a good home for this one here at Miramax. Next up is Aladdin minifig. Goes here. Princess minifig goes here. Hong Kong Trooper minifig goes here. And then I have the bubble wrap that lays in nicely here, folds in here. And then I can take the official collector's edition. That's what they're going to see right on top. And look at that, the bubble. Oh, I put the bubble wrap in upside. I did put it upside down. I have prototyped it that it works better and kind of fits into places more evenly when I put it in bubbles down. So it's even more flat for the book. And the bubbles just kind of, the weight of the book just kind of presses the air and it just kind of fits in so the book is still nice and flat. This goes in like so. I'll check the comments in a second. I'm curious what you guys think of Ahsoka, what your thoughts are. It's probably okay to talk spoilers, right? Because all 8 episodes have been on for a few days, or almost a week, half a week, just over a half week, 5 days. All right, and there is the next box. Boom. All right. Does anyone have? Let's see. La, 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 la. I'm just worried about this happening. No. Everything is going to go according to plan. Going to be real easy peasy, Madeline. Very easy. By the way, a little off subject. It was fun to see me draw Casey live a few days back. Learned a lot. Thank you. I had a blast. Casey filled in last minute. I asked her if she would be willing to come down, and she said yes, which was awesome. And I was real nervous because, you know, whenever you're drawing someone from life, it's difficult for 2 reasons. For one, no one can sit completely still. People move a little bit. And as soon as you're drawing someone and their head is like this, if a minute later their head is slightly like this, it's already different. So it's really hard to draw people from life. However, even if you were drawing a statue, now a statue doesn't move at all, but the artist still moves. So when you're drawing something, when you look up at it like this, the planes of the face might look a certain way. And then when you look down, when you look up again, you're not in the same place you were, because you might have been sitting up like this the first time, and now you're down like this, or maybe you've shifted over here a little bit, or maybe your head is slightly tilted. It always looks different. So drawing from life is really, really hard to do, but it's also super important. You can learn a lot from it. It's great. So the challenge is that a lot of times when you're drawing people from life, sometimes even if it looks good, it doesn't always really look like the person you're drawing. And obviously because Casey, you know, I wanted it to be really good. I was nervous, like, oh no, what if it doesn't look good? Or what if it doesn't look like her? And I think for the most part, there's a couple, you know, every artist is their own worst critic. There's some things that I see that I wish I had done a little bit differently. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with it. And it was a lot of fun to do at the late night at the library. That was such a cool event. We didn't have a lot of attendance. I didn't really promote it that much because I didn't know what to expect. Now that I know a lot of the cool things they had going on, they're going to be running it again next year. And I'm definitely going to be talking about it a bit more. I'll probably do something else. I'll do a different kind of demo each year, so it's not the same thing every time. But it was really neat, and you guys, those of you that live in the area, should take advantage of it. It was a really cool thing. Just tape it in a little tape-a-roo. Happy Gilmore edit. That's great. It looked great. Thank you so much. That was a lot of fun to do, and to hang out with Case in the library was a hoot. Thank you for those of you that tuned in to check it out. All right, let's put the next box together. This one is going to HBO/Warner Brothers. This one also is going to be an Aladdin logo. There's like a couple pieces of dog hair on this one somehow. All right, so let's see. Can you guys time me how fast I'm going to put this together? Are you ready? What time is it? Set, go. Sticker sheet, promo card, cover letter, Fiji vinyl sticker, promo postcard, Kamala card. I've got my pack of trading cards here. I'm actually out, not out, but I don't have them here. Fiji magnets. Are you guys still timing me? Oh no. Let me just move these. I need to grab some Fiji magnets. I'll be back in a moment. All right, fidget magnets. Here we go. Sorry about that. Close this. Close this. Put these back over here. All right. Open the next bag of fidget magnets. Have them ready to go right here. And rock and roll. We're off to the races. Fidget goes there. Business card. Fidget patch. Okay, the shirt. So I've got to refold and kind of do that thing with the logo again. So this is what I do, putting these together. Could I hire someone? Actually, I couldn't because I am running out of cash. Oh my gosh. All of this is so expensive. So I'm saving money by doing it myself. But I hang out, I put on music. And I work through the night. I should be getting more sleep, but it's got to get done, right? It's got to happen. It's not going to do it by itself. So I keep on trucking. Hold this over here. There's just like little cardboard bits everywhere. Okay, that looks good. Hold this here. That looks good. That about the right size, probably a little bit bigger. There we go. Man, there is a lot of junk on here. So what I do sometimes is I will take a piece of mailing tape. I don't know if you guys do this when you've got like lint or just like, this is just little cardboard bits from the boxes. But it'll pick it up easy. Because I don't want them to look at the shirt and be like, wow, this is cool. What is all this junk all over here? What, were they raised in a barn? Let's see. Got the box here. Lay in the shit. There we go. That looks pretty nice, right? And where is this going? This is going to HBO. Okay. And Helena, what would Helena like to see? I think, I'm trying to remember, I researched Helena. I think she would like to see a light fidget pin, to be honest. That was what I assessed in my research. And I remember, because I researched earlier today. As a refresher, a reminder. So I have an Aladdin minifig, Hong Kong Trooper, Princess Kamala, so this is what I've been doing the past few weeks. This is why I haven't had live streams. I have been busy. Okay, so I've got my fun bubble wrap, goes in right to the edge, and then it folds in the bottom here. Goes nice and flat, fills in the little spaces. I actually have to open a new thing of books here. These come packed. I think there's 35 in a box, but every 5 are kind of saran wrapped. Plastic wrapped together, which is nice. Actually, it's very helpful. Official Collector's Edition lays in nice and neat on top. Oh yeah, like so. This goes like that, like that. Fantastic. Beautiful. Okay. Now, a single piece of tape along the bottom, keeps it secure. And I love that this box design, I should have been getting these years ago. I love that it's just one piece of tape here and the rest of it, they fold together so easy. And it's just a really cool presentation, the way they open. I'm just so happy with these boxes. They're called literature mailers. If you're ever looking for this kind of box, literature mailers. They sell them in white. Sometimes they sell them in other colors. And then some people will get custom printing on the outside or the inside, which is a lot of fun. But obviously, the more bells and whistles, the more it's going to cost. And that looks great. Going to HBO and Warner Brothers. Next up, this one happens to be going to Lionsgate. And this probably also is the third person at Lionsgate. Another logo shirt. All right, so now you guys have to time me for real. That last one didn't count because I had to go get the magnets. Are you ready? What time is it here? I'm going to wait for it to turn because it says 10:29. At 10:30, I'm going to start. Oh, wait, I need which sheet? I got to make sure I've got, here we go. Here's the cover letter. I don't have exact seconds on here. Maybe you guys can time me. Oh, good. I think I see someone timing me. Okay, 10:29 at 10:30. I'm going to begin. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? And $10.29. Are you ready? And go. All right, so here is the sticker sheet, followed by the Star Wars promo card showing all of the highlights of my Star Wars career. The cover letter going to Lionsgate. Next is the Fiji bumper sticker. Kamala promo card goes on top of that. Aladdin promo trading cards. I've got the Fiji magnet back in action. My business card that looks like a credit card. Fiji patch. Excellent. Now I got to fold this shirt. My mom had a really cool t-shirt folding thing that she let me borrow, but it didn't fold shirts to like the exact size that I needed. And depending on which way the shirts were going, I just couldn't get it to work the way I needed. So I just kind of have to do it custom like this. It's all good. Let's see. This goes, I think, about here, and then this goes about here. Good. Excellent. That looks great. This goes in here. Voila. And let's see, where's this going? Lionsgate. I'm going to say Lochan Shyamalan glow-in-the-dark pin is what they would be most wowed by. Maybe. You know, and you never know what people are going to be wowed by. I mean, for most people, I think it's going to be the book. But some people might be like, oh my gosh, my kid with the minifigs, like, this is amazing. Other people might not really care about the minifigs and might not be impressed by those at all. You never know what it's going to be that really wows people. So hopefully all of the above, but we shall see. So I've got the bubble wrap going in, tucked in over here, kind of pressing it so the air bubbles kind of fill all the gaps that they need to. The book goes in. Look at that. Oh, it lays nice and flat on top. That is so cool. All right, and I need a single piece of tape. And almost done, almost done. Put the tape on like this, press it down really good, and make it kind of go over the corners nice and tight because I don't want it to open up. I want it to be nice and secure. And I press it in. This is called burnishing with the tape to make sure it just sticks really good and it's not going to come right off very easily. And there we go. Done. How did I do? Let's see. So Greg says 145, 80, 104. Bubble wrap. Sam, what is up? Ready, go. All right. Did anyone time me? How did I do? How long did that take? Oh, I can probably look. So it's 10:33-ish. So was it like 2.5 minutes or something like that? 3 minutes? 10:33. Oh, I guess 3 minutes, right? 10:30. Yeah, 3.5 minutes. Yeah, it looks like. All right, so almost 4 minutes. But and there's a lot, in between. I have to replenish. I'll run out of, like you guys saw, I'll run out of the magnets. I got to go into kind of my warehouse room and grab some of those. So it's a little bit back and forth, but I try to have fun with it and put stuff together. Just keep rocking out. So this is interesting. Dave Todd, I don't know if you're still watching, but true story, the person that I'm sending this to, I won't say the address, but this is a company called the International Film Trust in Beverly Hills. The name of this person that I researched is David Todd Shepard. It's all the three names. So his last name isn't Todd, but his middle name is Todd, and that's his professional name, all three names. It's David Todd Shepard. Coincidence? There are no coincidences. Okay. Yes, sir, I'm here. Madeline says, excellent. DTE says, what? Yeah, it's crazy. I kid you not. The International Film Trust in Beverly Hills, David Todd Shepard is one of the people that I need to send stuff to. It's funny that this is just the first time I ran into someone with the same last name. Yeah, so his last name is Shepard, but just this year. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, just this year. So it's crazy. That's pretty wild. Yeah. So what are you guys doing on this beautiful Sunday night? What are you guys up to? Anything fun? You guys have any cool Halloween plans now that it's October? Anything fun? I didn't get to go, but man, there was a local band that I've been wanting to check out that I wanted to go see. Yesterday, I didn't get a chance to. It was also in downtown Utica. It was the Nightmare on Auburn Street event. So there was like some cool Halloween stuff going on that Eric Steele was a part of, and the horror film Roulette Cats. I really wanted to go to that too. It's just I've been scrambling to get all of these together because most of the stuff I do, like I just do it whenever it's ready, but the American film market is happening at the end of this month / beginning of November. So what I get done before that is what I get done, and what I don't is what I don't. So I've been burning the candle at both ends to try to get all of this stuff together. But no complaints. I'm having a ball. Again, rocking out to music, sometimes listening to podcasts or videos, but usually just music. And I dance around. I sing. I'm not really a singer, but I just sing for fun. Belt out to some tunes. And like a busy beaver, put these promo packages together. You know what's interesting, though? I'll tell you this. I thought I was going to get a lot more sent back to me. And so far, I haven't gotten a single one back, which actually makes me very happy. When I was trying to get more in the business of writing screenplays, when I would send those out, oh my gosh, a good half of them. Now, a lot of them got thrown away. I know for a fact a lot of them were just thrown away, but about half of them like would just not even open. They could tell it was a script because it would be in a manila envelope, but they would just return to sender, and then the mail would just deliver them back to me. No one has sent these back. I think the mail will only take it back for free if you haven't opened it, but because they don't know what's inside, if they open it and then they see maybe it's materials they don't want, they can't send it back for free. They would have to pay a good $15, $20 to ship this back to me. So at that point, they probably just throw it away, which, I mean, it is what it is. I'm fine with that. But I haven't gotten any returned. So that's good that at least people are probably seeing them, whether they're throwing them away or maybe they're having meetings about it, or I haven't heard from them yet. Maybe I will never hear from them, and that's okay. But I haven't gotten any back, any returned yet, of dozens and dozens that I have already sent out. So that's interesting. Next up, my hoodie just got caught on this. Next up is the shirt. So what do you guys got going on? I'll get to some comments in a second here, but what... any cool Halloween? You guys have cool costumes? What are you guys thinking for that? Anything fun? What is the story? You guys doing cool Halloween decorations? You guys doing jack-o'-lanterns or any of that fun stuff? What is the sitch? Man, we had some hot days last week. Oh my gosh, like way hotter than usual for October. Sometimes we get an Indian summer and we get some hot days at the end of September, but pretty warm for October. And then just this weekend, it has cooled off quite a bit, and now it feels the way fall usually feels. Flip this over here. ALADDIN 3477. This drops right in here. And let's see here. Where is this going? This is going to the International Film Trust. You know, I'm going to say Dave Todd Shepard would like a dark Fiji. I don't know why. I'm imagining that in my mind. So that's the enamel pin he gets. Some of you might say, why don't you just send all 4 of the enamel pins? Why don't you just send them all to each person? I would probably run out of the enamel pins if I did that. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to run out before I send them to you guys, because I haven't even sent you guys. I believe in Swag Box 3 is when you get the logo enamel pin, and then Swag Box 4 is when you get the Lochan Shyamalan pin. All right, we've got the bubble wrap rocking. Last but not least, it's the official collector's edition. Not just the collector's edition, but the official one. That looks nice and flat. Looks good. I'm happy with it. And then we get a piece of tape cooking. All right, Dave Todd Shepard. There we go. Uh, all right, let's see here. What's going on? Oh, all kinds of stuff. Multitasking, rec room management, and firewall protocol post chapter 3 live soon. Awesome. And feel free to give a plug for that on your Patreon. If there's a link, and if you can't add a link, maybe you can just tell us Patreon and looking for the firewall protocol, or looking for Dave Todd. Maybe they can find you that way. But you guys need to check that out for more sci-fi, original sci-fi goodness. Brittany Voigt says, I went on a date with my boyfriend. Now I'm working on my drawing for Inktober. That's awesome. You're doing Inktober. Fantastic. I think I saw the other day, I don't know if that was for Inktober or not, but I saw something you drew when you were at work. That was really cool. But Mama Rick says, we do a family event called Rick or Treat. That is awesome. Oh my gosh. I think I've heard John say that before too. Madeline says, I'm just busy tonight. I have too many ideas to dress up for Halloween. Yeah, there's so many fun options. Man, who knows? And then I wanted to do something fun with Casey where we were going to potentially make our costumes. I don't know if we'll have time. I don't know what we're going to do. We do have a fun Halloween thing to go to Halloween weekend. We're going to go see P5 at the Roxy. Arthur says, these next months I'll be working on a new portfolio. Lots of stuff to do. Awesome. That is fantastic. And man, I love the image that I see on your YouTube profile pic is awesome. I love the color. That looks great. Yeah, portfolio, always updating, always making better, always your best work. The thing I love about portfolios and updating them is every time you do a new piece, if it's one of your best, it's kind of the challenge of putting the new piece in your portfolio, but also taking out whatever the weakest link is. So it's always your best work. It's kind of a fun process to do that, I think. Mama Rick says, started by John's brother Brian and his wife. Games, food, hanging out for the weekend. That is awesome. Dave Todd says, yeah, not happy about turning on the furnace today. Yeah, it's a little chilly out. I will be Mary Poppins. Awesome. Daughter Andrea going to be Cruella DeVille for the kids. That is fun. Sandra Irving says, don't mention heat. We're still dealing with 90 plus weather out here. Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, I hope some of that heat stays by the time I'm out there visiting in a couple weeks. Brittany says, next week I'm going to see Avenged Sevenfold in concert. Then for Halloween, I'll be performing in a concert for a Halloween party. My gosh, that is a double whammy of fun. I would love to see Avenged Sevenfold is awesome. And that's going to be so fun playing for a Halloween party. That's great. Mama Rick says, working on our British accents. That's great. I wish I could give you some tips on the British accent, but it really depends on which kind of British accent you're going with. So for example, if you're saying the word butterfly, if you have just a regular British accent, it's butterfly. But if you have more of a Cockney British accent, it's butterfly. And if you're from America, it's butterfly, literally with D's, butterfly. That's what I've learned about British accents. Yeah, that was for Inktober. Awesome. DTE says, for sure. Patreon account is same as the username here. The Enforcer OS won't post if I type it. That's strange that it won't add the links. I wonder what that is. And I wonder also if what I might be able to do, DTE, is make you there might be a way for me to make you a moderator, possibly on YouTube. And that way you can type whatever you want and share links. Remind me to do that at some point. I think I can make you a moderator on YouTube and solve that. So check that out. Those of you that are looking for some cool creator-owned sci-fi on Patreon. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to put together one more of these boxes, and then I'm going to let you guys go so I can turn on some music and rock out some more of these through the rest of the evening. But yeah, it's exciting times. All of the this one here. I'll put this one together next. Just everything that's happening with Halloween and all that's on the horizon. So this here is really interesting. This is a company called Electric Entertainment. They're a smaller company, and I recognize the logo, but I was like, Electric Entertainment, what is that? And actually, it's owned by a person named Dean Devlin. And I knew who Dean Devlin was right away. Dean Devlin in the 90s made one of my favorite movies. He was a producer of one of my favorite movies back in the day called Stargate. And it was directed by, I forget his name. He does all the disaster movies now, but it was produced by Dean Devlin. And he has this other company, this distribution company for independent film called Electric Entertainment. And they've got some notable films on there. So this is one of the smaller companies that I'm sending stuff to. But I've read a lot of interviews with Dean Devlin, and he seems, I feel like I have a lot in common with him. He's been on my radar since the 90s. So for 30 years now, I've been aware of Dean Devlin. And so I'm sending a promo package to his company, and maybe nothing will happen with it, but you never know. What if Electric Entertainment not only was interested, but what if that ends up being the best deal that will really take care of Aladdin 3477? You never know. But I am going to find out. Business card, Fiji patch. Dean Devlin likes robots, right? That I know. And in fact, because of that, I'm sending Electric Entertainment this Fiji shirt. But I've got to fold it better so that it's Fiji is covering more of the real estate when they take off the bubble wrap and they see the shirt that's kind of holding all of the other goods down. There's like dog dander here and there. All right, Fiji in the mix. Fiji lays in there nice and neat. You can kind of see Fiji inside. Now, definitely Dean would probably appreciate a Fiji light enamel pin in addition to some of these minifigs. Princess Kamala. So a lot of what I'm trying to do with these minifigs, I'm trying to spread out the pieces so it lays a little bit flatter. Some of them are just a little bit more bunched up in the plastic packaging. The bubble wrap goes next. Bubbles fill in the air pockets. The book lays in pretty flat. I like it. Flaps go in. These flaps go in. Piece of tape to seal the deal. And it's kind of cool. It's kind of like a swag box, but it's like a mini treasure. And hopefully it's enough to make people ask questions. And you know, there's a lot of things that can happen when you are sending out your work anywhere. I've had situations where I have sent stuff to either a company or a studio or just an executive, a person where they weren't as interested and it wasn't a fit for their company, but they thought whatever I sent them was cool enough that they were like, I know someone who would love this. And they sent it to someone else. So when they reached out to me, it would be from another company. And I would say, how did you, like, did I send this to you? And they said, no, I got it from so and so. And I'll be like, oh, that was really cool. Wow, that was great. So you never know when you are sending your workplaces. There's a lot of different things that can happen. And you know what? There's also a lot of times that it'll just get thrown away or it'll get sent back or whatever. But the more that you get your work out there, the more chances you take, the more people are going to see it, the more opportunities are going to arise. So there you go. Electric Entertainment. I hope it runs across Dean Devlin's desk. Let me see if there's any more fun comments here. Oh boy, British accents are catchy for me. I have to hear yours, Madeline. What music do I listen to? I actually listen to everything. And I know a lot of people say that, but honestly, I really do. I listen to everything. I like a lot of movie soundtracks, and I'm primarily like a hard rock guy, but honestly, I listen to everything. I grew up in the 80s, so I do like a lot of 80s stuff, but honestly, every genre of music, every decade of music, I like it all. I usually just put on my iTunes and I never know. I don't really have I'm in the mood for this or I'm in the mood for that. So I just put random shuffle. And so the crazy vast difference of what I'm listening to is really, really out there. But I just, I love what I love, which is almost everything. And then I just enjoy everything that comes on. And I like it all. I just love music. Oh, thank you. DTE says Roland Emmerich. Thank you for the director. Dog Danter from Kip with Love. That's exactly it. Referrals are magic. Yeah, they really, really are. You never know what how things are going to work out. But if you don't send your work out, if you don't take a chance, then nothing happens for sure. No one is going to come knocking at your door randomly saying, hey, just curious, we're in the market for a futuristic Aladdin movie. Do you know anyone who's made one of those? That's never going to happen. So every time you get your work out there, it's not that it's a guarantee. And more often than not, most places you send your work will not be interested, or they're not interested in that time. It's not what they're looking for at that moment. But every time you send another package out, another whether it's a portfolio or a demo reel, every time you put yourself out there again, you've just increased your chances by 100%. And then you put something out again, you've just increased your chances another 100%. And it still may be slim pickings, but you have to keep on keeping on for sure. I like to hear French English accents. Yeah, absolutely. My favorite movie is Amélie, which is a French movie. So I just had my mind just like switched to that for a second because I haven't seen that movie in a while, and it's my favorite movie of all time. Okay, so thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you for hanging out when this isn't like the standard. I didn't have a guest on. I didn't have like a fun slideshow of things for you guys to look at. Just hanging out with me while I work and for listening to what I have going on. So hopefully I'll have some updates soon. Definitely. Before I go to Los Angeles, and even during Los Angeles, I'm going to do a live stream or two live from Hollywood. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then also filming a lot of videos out there, a tour of the American film market for those of you that are interested, and just a bunch of stuff that I'm writing down to do while I'm out there in between the meetings to get the most out of my time. So lots on the horizon coming to you guys. Thank you so much for all of your support and hanging out with me on this Sunday night. Night, night. Thank you for hanging out. Still fun, exciting to hear the progress. Awesome. Thank you, DTE. Thank you. Have a good night. Thank you, Sandra. Awesome. Well, with that, I think it is time for me to bid you guys adieu. Thank you, guys.